Why don't we ever tell secrets at a vineyard? Because the grapes have ears, and they whine a lot. Welcome to our whimsical world of wine, where we'll be uncorking the mysteries of the winemaking process. From vine to grape, crush to fermentation, aging to bottling, we'll be your guide on this grape-licious journey. So, whether you're a seasoned sommelier or a budding wine enthusiast, this adventure is for you. So buckle up, wine enthusiasts, as we uncork the secrets of winemaking. Every good wine starts with a good grape, and every good grape starts with a good vine. It's a simple truth, but one that's easy to overlook. In the grand ballet of winemaking, the grape is the prima donna, the star of the show. And like any star, it's the product of careful nurturing and attention to detail. Choosing the right grape is a delicate balancing act. There are thousands of grape varieties out there, each with its own unique characteristics. The type of grape you choose will determine the kind of wine you end up with. You wouldn't use a Chardonnay grape to make a Cabernet Sauvignon, would you? But it's not just the grape that matters. The vineyard location and climate play significant roles too. The soil, the sunlight, the rainfall, they all contribute to the grape's flavor profile, subtly shaping the taste of the wine. And that's why grape selection and vineyard management are so important. Because the better the grape, the better the wine. Once the grapes are ripe and ready, it's time for the crush. And no, we're not talking about high school sweethearts here. The crush is all about getting those succulent grapes to release their juicy goodness. You see, inside each grape is a world of potential wine just waiting to be set free. It's like a party in a tiny purple balloon. And the crush? Well, that's when we pop the balloons. Now, we don't literally burst every grape like a balloon. Instead, the grapes are gently pressed to extract the juice, and this juice is what we'll be turning into wine. This process is crucial as it's the first step in extracting all the beautiful flavors and aromas from the grapes. Now let's talk about fermentation. This is where the magic happens. Yeast is added to the grape juice, and these tiny microorganisms have quite the sweet tooth. They feast on the sugar in the juice, converting it into alcohol. It's a little like baking bread, but instead of a fluffy loaf at the end, we get wine. And who wouldn't prefer a glass of wine over a slice of bread? The length of fermentation plays a crucial role in the final flavor of the wine. Short fermentation periods result in a sweeter wine, as not all the sugar is converted to alcohol. In contrast, a long fermentation period means more sugar is eaten up, leading to a drier, more robust wine. It's a delicate balancing act, finding the perfect fermentation period for each type of wine. It's like tuning a guitar. Each string, or in this case, each grape varietal, requires a different touch, a different length of fermentation to hit the perfect note. And there you have it. After fermentation, you've got yourself a young wine. But remember, like a good cheese or a fine painting, wine gets better with age. So, don't go popping the cork just yet. We're not done yet. Like a fine cheese, a good wine needs time to age. As the saying goes, patience is a virtue. And when it comes to wine, it's a virtue that pays off in delightful sips of complex flavors. Let's dive into the aging process, shall we? After our wine has been crushed and fermented, it's time for it to mature. This is where the magic of oak barrels comes in. Now, why oak, you might ask? Well, oak has a unique ability to breathe. It allows a slow introduction of oxygen into the wine, which helps to soften the flavors and increase the wine's complexity and character. But that's not the only reason why we use oak barrels. Oak also imparts flavors to the wine. Depending on the type of oak used, the age of the barrel, and how long the wine is aged, the oak can add a range of flavors from sweet and spicy notes like vanilla, clove, and cinnamon, to savory and smoky notes like toast and smoke. Now, how long a wine should age is a matter of style and preference. Some wines are meant to be enjoyed young, while others need time to reach their full potential. But generally, white wines are aged for about 6 to 12 months, while red wines can be aged for 2 to 3 years or more. Once our wine has aged to perfection, it's time to get it ready for its final destination, the bottle. But before we can do that, the wine needs to be clarified. This process involves removing any remaining solids from the wine, such as yeast cells or grape particles, to ensure that the wine is clear and bright. The wine is then transferred to bottles, which are sealed with a cork or a screw cap to keep the wine protected from oxygen. And just like that, our wine is ready for the final step, labeling. But that's a story for another time. And voila, from vine to bottle, you've got yourself a fine wine. So, to put it simply, winemaking is a journey, a dance between nature and human artistry. It all starts with the vine, where grapes mature under the sun's gentle caress, absorbing the unique flavors of their terroir. When the time is just right, These little orbs of flavor are harvested, a moment of celebration and anticipation. The grapes are then crushed, their skin punctured, releasing the juice that will soon become wine. The sweet nectar, now exposed to yeast, begins the magical process of fermentation. Sugars transform into alcohol, and the once simple grape juice evolves into something far more complex. But we're not done yet. The wine then embarks on a journey of maturation, aging in oak barrels where it develops depth and character. This is a delicate stage, requiring patience and finesse. The wine breathes, it evolves, it becomes a reflection of time and care. Finally, the wine is bottled, a final seal of approval from the winemaker. It's a declaration that the wine is ready to be shared, ready to be enjoyed. So whether you're a wine enthusiast or just someone who enjoys a good glass of vino, I hope this inspires you to appreciate the journey that every bottle of wine has undertaken. Maybe even try making your own at home. Who knows? So next time you enjoy a glass of wine, remember, it's not just a drink, it's a journey from the vineyard to your glass. Cheers to that!